Hi guys, how are you doing? Alright, I have another cover that I want to make, and kind of got this idea from doing the fabric napkin journals. I like the idea of having fabric on one side, so I've cut down my fabric to be a little bigger than my book cover, my book pages. I think I like this one. So I've got this brown and orange color in here, which will go against this side. So, you know, have that a little bigger. And then I also cut a file folder so that it's a little bit bigger. I mean, it's way bigger than I need it over here, but I can cut it down afterwards. So I'm just going to glue this onto here and then collage on here. And then I'll cut it down, and then I'll sew the edges if it's not too thick. That's the idea here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down, which I could do it last. I don't have to do it first. But this gives it plenty of time for the glue to dry as well while I'm collaging the rest. And I'm probably going to mostly use book pages. And, oh, maybe I should have waited to put this on, because I might do some mixed media over the book pages. We just never know. You just never know what I'm going to do around here. But we're going to see book covers done a bunch of different ways this week while I finish working on these journals. Important thing is I want it to line up so that it's fairly straight in there. Here, I can see this line a little better. So I'm following... So I'm going to follow this line at the top here. Move my strings out of the way. It's fairly straight. Not perfectly straight. But as long as I go at least as far as the edges of my thing here, then I'll know I'm big enough here. With everything's going to work. Everything should work. So this is actually going to be the inside. And then, yeah, so yeah. And this would be the front, this would be the back. That's how we're doing it. And since it's a fall journal, I get to pull out my Poe and Sherlock Holmes books pages and not worry too much about what they say. And we have, you know, two different colors. Whoops. With the pages. And I'll also use some music page. I'll just grab another one of these. And I might do a couple layers here, so I'm gonna just start by putting some stuff down here. I love this caramel color, and the edge is gorgeous. Caramel color. That comes from Pam at the Paper Outpost. That's what she calls it, a caramel color, which I guess it is. I guess so. Alright, if I don't go all the way to the edge, it's not a big deal, because I know I'll be cutting that part off at the very least. Alright, the Tales of Sherlock Holmes. Should just make a bunch of stuff to put out there right now. Whoops, this is fragile. In case you haven't noticed, this particular book page is fragile, so that's why I haven't been using it as book page in my journals. This one's a little better. I don't know why I haven't put ones from there. I should. Totally should. Just tear off that part because it kind of goes up. We already went that way. Let's go this way this time. Yes, in my family's home, I did not yell first that I was recording, but I'm not sure that would have made much difference. Honestly, that's my little trash can. Other people have pretty little bowls. I have the Dunkin' Donuts container, even though I'm not going to be buying it at the store like that anymore, because I prefer the Dunkin' Donuts that is processed in Massachusetts, and the stuff at the store is processed in Ohio. I learned this when I went up north, and I was just like, iced coffee tastes so much better than when I make it. I mean, even the stuff at the even the Dunkin' Donuts tastes better than when I make it. So, all right, I'm gonna avoid the center with this fragile paper here. The other one might be able to handle it. And I have fabric in the middle, so that is also going to, that's going to make it so that hopefully my spine never falls apart, because I have the fabric in there. That's why fabric is important. I can go off, I can just do this. I'm probably going to do a couple of layers just to thicken it up a little bit. A jerkin is a short, close-fitting jacket. And then bunches, bows of ribbon. Huh. They got, it's must be for a school one maybe, if they've got, they've got definitions at the bottom for people that might not know. Or not, I don't know. It's just short stories, is what the book said. And I just, oh look, we're going to go upside down. It's alright. Poe is a little upside down, right? Oh, let's see, what words do we have here? Sugarloaf hat, a high conical hat. Roses, rosettes, Hollands, gin, so called because it was first brought from Holland. Oh, I got glue on my fingers. Now all the pages are going to act fragile. And it is very likely that I will do some, probably after I sew it, that I'll do some gesso and some inks and stuff like that. Just because I can. Because I like to. It makes me happy to do stuff like that. What makes you guys happy? Like, what kind of art that you do? Is it just putting together a journal that makes you happy? I don't mean just putting together a journal, but I mean, you know, that's enough to keep you happy and you just like playing with paper, because that's alright. Paper is pretty awesome and we all like our paper. Apparently string likes me. Oh, here, maybe this. I was like, I need something so that I can kind of burnish this down so I don't end up with a lot of loose bits at the end. And maybe I'll even take like a piece of stuff that's just laying around. It doesn't have to be just book pages. It could be anything. That's just from one of the whatchamacallit, one of the kits. Ooh, speaking of the kits, I wonder if I want to do some of my printouts. I don't know. So I did just print out this from, if you are in Lindsay's Lenore's group on Facebook, she put that out as a freebie today. And if you're not in Lindsay Lenore's group on Facebook, why not? Alright, I printed, where are they? There they are. I printed a bunch of my backgrounds. I think I got them where I want them. So I just need to do a couple pages of tags and stuff, and then I will have them available. Alright, so we have brown inside. So let's see. And this is the one that's going in there. That one could work. Ooh, I like that one definitely. That one. They all, none of them are bad. Alright, I'm going to do this one mostly. And I forgot to put the Edith Holden in those, so I've already bound one. So that one's, I guess, not going to get any Edith Holden. And then this one, no, it's just going to do book page, but you just never know with me. I could change my mind at any moment. There's book page, and there will probably be another layer with some book page. But for now, I'm going to do some of this one. This has got some green gold paint, which I love. It's actually what I think I called this one. Is just like the background ones are just like orange. green, green gold, green and rust, you know, real fancy names happening. And even though I called the kit Woodland Autumnal, really, it's just the colors that are autumnal. And I actually don't have any leaves in the kit, per se. It's just, it's actually, I looked up flowers that bloom in the fall. And that's what I got. Flowers that bloom in the fall is mostly what I put in that kit with the fall colors. But some of those flowers bloom at other times too, so there's no rules. We don't like rules, right? What about a little bit of paper bag since it's sitting here? There's some paper bags sitting here. About like 100 for $1 or something. Something ridiculous. Really cheap. Let's see, Mike just ran outside. I wonder if his sister was in need of some. Okay, now that I've put that on there, I kind of don't want to cover it up too much. But I do want a little bit of this on here because it's a nice neutral, neutral color. Who knows what I'll do next, right? Just all over the place with my collage here. You just never know with me what will happen. Yeah, I try to go the different directions because like these two already go across that way, so I kind of want to make sure that one goes that way just to have it be a little different. Now, oh, I like the font on this. I'm going to use this just because it has the smaller font. It's architecture. It's about building houses. We're designing houses. Architecture. Forget it. I give up. I can't pronounce it to save my life. Architecture. I give up. Sounds worse the more I try. To the tennis player. Where's my Sherlock Holmes? Let's get some more of that out. Study in Scarlet. I probably should read these. I don't think I ever actually have. I mean, I've watched Benedict Cumberbatch. You know, priorities. Watch the important stuff. The stuff with Benjamin. Oh, and also John Miller. Those are the important ones too. That would be Elementary. The ones with John Miller. And the reason I like John Miller is because when he was in, I think it's Johnny C. Miller or something like that. He was in Emma. The Emma that was on PBS. PBS Emma. And he was, the eventual love interest. And yeah, he's just really nice to watch in that movie. I haven't watched it in a while. That's one that I have actually purchased on Amazon so that I can watch it whenever I want to. Which usually I would watch it like after tax season. Oh, here, we need something layered up here. Alright. Oops. Gotta be careful with this. There we go. Need something up here. A little Poe. That's a little more Rip Van Winkle, maybe. I keep setting stuff on my computer that's probably not real smart. okay. Maybe put this one sideways. I have a hard time with that. I need it to be like in towards the middle, even though it may never show. It just really kind of bugs me when it faces out towards the outside of the book. Is anybody else like that? Just me? I'm the only weird one here. Going off the side on that. It's okay. I hope I don't accidentally put a pin in there and then it won't be able to go into my computer because it'd be like you tried too many times and failed. Kind of a deal. Alright. Probably should let this dry before I go doing gesso and stuff. Oh, I missed a spot. Oh, here we go. Got this too. Maybe put this in a couple places. I think since it's already cut, I'm gonna cut it. When I was testing my ink, I was getting this kind of a stuff printing out to test my ink. So it's just like a copy of when I splattered the page. And then I just cut it down to use for collage. Huh, like this. This is collage. Alright, got color on here. Now, if I put these on here, I might want to wait until after I do some gesso if I decide to put these on here. They'd be kind of cute. Maybe on the front. Or one on the front and one on the back. Don't know why I do those things, but I do. Alright. Whole thing is covered. Now, I think I will go ahead and let it dry, and then I'll come back and then I'll trim it down, sew it, and come back and do the other stuff. So I'm going to stop here, and for you it'll just be a second, and for me, who knows how long it will be. It'll be some kind of time. Okay, I have cut. I let the glue mostly dry. You can tell it might not have dried all the way because I get a little bump in the edge there. But I guess waiting for it to dry is not 100% guarantee that you're not going to get that, I guess. So I cut it down to size and I sewed around my edges. And I pushed the stuff on my desk over to the side a little bit. And I had my gesso. And I had a card. That's alright. I've got a palette knife if I don't have a card. I've got something. I've always got something. You can, well, not that. I might want that in a minute. Oh shoot, nothing like coming prepared. Alright, we've got this palette knife and the fancy palette knife. I'm gonna put, I only need a little bit of gesso. That is loud. Sorry about that. Oh, not as loud as I thought because I don't have this plugged in. So let me do that. And then, whoops, let's hope you're still in camera there. How we doing? We still in camera? We are. A minute in and we're still in the where we're supposed to be. What am I doing? That was a big, oh, I was gonna, don't mind me. I thought when I was plugging in my microphone that I should probably plug in my actual phone so that it doesn't die. Although it's at 80%, it should be okay. And I have some gesso here. Here we go. How far off did we get? Pour a little bit of gesso in here. I suddenly remembered I had a dish down there I could use. Oh my goodness. I had some other things to sew that I was going to do when I sewed this cover. And I couldn't find them. And I'm like, oh, they're probably under my chair. And I looked under my chair. I thought I looked under my chair, but I didn't look enough under my chair. Because after I put the sewing machine back down. Sorry about that. After I put the sewing machine back down, I was rolling around, I guess, and heard a clink, clink, clink. And I'm like, well, that sounds like it's the little glass bowl that I have all these things I need to sew. And yes, that's exactly what it was. It was all the way under my chair. So it was exactly where I thought it was going to be. So I just kind of want to, I don't know, push this back a little bit with the gesso. It's going to get on my sewing thread and everything. It's also going to increase the strength of the cover with the fragile papers and stuff. And I don't know that I'll do... Alright, this is also an issue. We're going to get some gesso on the fabric on the inside because how would I not do that? I only know how to do things messily. This is where some press and seal would come in handy right now. Alright, I need to remember that on the other side of this is fabric that I don't necessarily want to cover in gesso. Alright, so I'll be a little more careful now. So I'm just kind of going over with gesso. If I don't hit every bit, it's alright. Doesn't bother me. I'm okay with that. I want some texture and something for like ink to hold on to. I think I'm going to do some paint and some ink maybe. I know you don't usually see me clean up while I do this, but I don't usually have fabric on the other side of what I'm working on. So, yep, just going over it with a palette knife. Nothing fancy, nothing special. Not going any particular, going all the directions. Not just sticking with one direction even. Not even getting every speck of it. Because the ink will take differently where the gesso is and where it's not. So that is just would be added interest, right? Although some of my paper is printed, so I don't know how wet I want that to get with the ink. Although the gesso itself is wet, but there, that should be good, right? Yeah, some of my ink is spreading. I'm gonna go ahead and dry this. I will pause so you guys don't have to hear it. Alright, where the gesso was really thick, I dabbed it with the paper towel just so it would dry a little bit faster. And I don't know why I didn't do this before I pressed play, but oh well. Now I have like nice sticky hands. Now I need to decide what I want to do. I kind of want to take a little bit of, see, Gail cleans hers so she doesn't end up with all that stuff on the top. But there's something about taking it off that's kind of fun. Alright, I think I'll do the same thing with this, just not as much. Just do a little here and there. This is yellow ochre, and since I have my gesso out and I put too much on my thing, I will probably go ahead and do some tags that are do this like oh, what's the word? Collage. Do some collage. And I keep putting my palette knife in the wrong place. And then, you know, do the gesso and the maybe yellow ochre or whatever, however much of that I have left. See, not a lot, just a little. And now that needs to dry. So I don't know. They say that you should not use the dryer, the heat gun for drying acrylic paint. But, you know, a lot of artists just don't follow the rules. Alright, so I've got the gesso, some yellow ochre, and then I have some rusty hinge I thought would work nicely. I just need to decide. I guess I'll just do it right here. Some rusty hinge, some water, and some smooshing. Almost look like a leaf the way it is there. Huh, kind of like that. I wonder if we could, probably can't do it on purpose, can we? Try to get a leaf here and there. We could try to do it on purpose. It would probably never happen. Alright, that almost looks like a leaf too. Oh my word. Alright, yeah, I don't think we're gonna get maple leaf out of it. I think that would just be a little too much to ask, wouldn't it? To just randomly get the shape of a... Where? Oh, here it is. She says, as she kind of sees one. Oh no, it's almost the shape of a maple. They're like, you know, they're like leaves, but not necessarily leaves. They're abstract leaves. That's what we're going to call them. Do a little bit in the corner up here. And up here. Just get some little, just smoosh it real good. Smoosh it real good. Smoosh it real good. Okay. Yes, I know. It's either why you leave or why you come back, my weirdness. And the ones that stay, those are my people. Alright, I am going to throw that paper towel away. Dry this. It's mostly dry. I'm just thinking, do I want to do some leaf stamps or what? Because, alright, this one's a lot smaller here. But that's sort of what that shape of that sort of leaf was like. And no, I must have a something somewhere. Oh, my other leaves, where are they? And why didn't I look for them before I turned the camera back on? And then, you know, we have that leaf there, which sort of, or maybe just go like near them to give them that feeling of just maybe one there. I might do that. A couple there. Kind of go around that one like that. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. Then again, what color do we want to do that with? We're going to add a third color. We have orange and the yellow ochre. I might just go ahead and still do orange. Where's the... If I can find it. I found it. It is Monarch Orange. We'll try that one. And I'm using archival ink for that. And I'm going to go off to the side of this leaf and see if maybe it'll resemble, like, you know, a couple leaves. I don't know. I'm just, don't know. Just talking out my head here. Piece of paper on there. Ooh, you know what I should have done? Oh, man. Alright, I'll do 3 in orange. And then I'll do 3 in the color I just thought of. Oh, these are nice and sticky because I added the tack it again and again to the back of them because they get so unsticky. Alright, and I'm taking the chance because there's all the layers here, so not all my leaves are going to come out perfectly because of that. But we're not looking for perfect. Nope, that's not copper. I'm looking for copper right this second. Here it is. And I wonder where I put my... Well, I've got some copper somewhere. I'm going to do some copper splatters too, I think. Oh, look, I got some gesso on there. On my leaf. Leafy leaf. So this one definitely will say fall. Alright, some of that orange is still on there. But that's okay. These are fall journals. They can say fall. But they're supposed to say. I mean, maybe not with words, because that might be even more weird than I am. This is a smaller one, so I'm gonna fill in some. See, now I kind of wish I just gone with the copper in the first place. Fill in some blanks here with this smaller one. Yeah, see? Missed there. But hey, that's not bad considering there's layers of paper and the string, the thread. That's what it's called, thread. Alright, let me do a little bit of this poking up down here. And a little bit poking out over here. Why not? There we go. I'm not hating it. You know what I need now? Splatters. Well, before I do splatters, I was going to go ahead and grab my distress ink. And they're not back there. Where'd they go? That's where they're supposed to be. Somewhere. I must have moved stuff to get it out of my... Oh, because I was worried it was going to fall. No, I moved it because I had to clean off my... because I needed to get in those boxes. So I think I moved stuff. But where did I move it? I know not. Well, I must have I saw this down here. Well, not I was looking for earlier. Nothing like finding other stuff you've been looking for. So now I'm just going to kind of do a layer of this distress ink, and then I'm going to splatter a little water on it so I get that mottled, M-O-T-T, is it mottled, M-O-T-T-L-E-D, mottled effect. And then I'm going to put some splatters on it. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Totes fun. So this is the mixed media cover. Got the collage and fabric on the other side. Sewing, stamping, painting, distress inking, distress spraying. If that's not mixed media, I don't know what is. Okay. Where's that little brush I just had? Little skinny, tiny little brush that I had. Here it is. I'm going to lose that cover, aren't I? I want this end. Here we go. Just get some water on there. That's all. Just getting water all over. I can't even see where the water's going. I guess we'll find out in a minute when we do our paper towel thing. Should we do it like already maze? Like Andrea? Let's do it. Because that's fun. Alright. I can see where it's starting to come up in places. So it's looking cool. Okay. And then I'm going to get my copper and my black umber. Not black umber. Raw umber. And make some splatters. Maybe white too. Let's see. Oh, see? All the little spots. Which is kind of what you get on leaves in the fall too. So it's a really cool thing. And you can see where it picks up the color. The water does. Because distress inks and distress oxides and distress spray stains are all water reactive. But this archival ink is not. And this shouldn't be either, I don't think. It says pigment ink. Maybe. But that's alright. It did alright. How'd we do on our back? Not too bad. A little bit of gesso here and there, but just adds to it. Hopefully. And I might... Well, I could do some fray check on the edges, but since we already have some gesso on the edges anyway, I think paint will work just as well as fray check once it's dry to keep that fabric from fraying. What do you think? And there we go. I want it a little messy, maybe not too messy. So that we're going to use gesso as our fray check today. Because why not? We do all sorts of weird things on this channel. Well, I do all sorts of weird things. No one else will probably ever repeat them. I don't care. As long, I mean, if you get ideas to do other things, that makes me happy. What is this string? That's what I like. When I watch people and I'm like, ooh, that gives me an idea. Or someone puts something up and I think, ooh, that gives me an idea. And I maybe do something similar but different. So yeah, I think this is Tim Holtz fabric. In case anyone was wondering, I got it on Etsy. And don't know why, but it wants to fray more than some other fabrics. But usually if I do this, I'm using like a heavier fabric, like a ticking, you know, the striped fabric. It's called ticking. It's usually a little bit heavier. Well, I don't have upholstery fabric, or I would probably use that too, but you know, just get a little bit of paint in there like I did it on purpose. Did I do it on purpose or did I not? That will be the eternal question. I don't mind some paint. I just didn't want to lose the Tim Holtz of it all, you know. So when that's dry, I will probably go over it with some ink to frame it out and distress the edges a little bit, but hopefully that paint will help keep it from continuing to fray on the edges there. If not, I'll take some fray check to it. And then I am going to put some book corners on here and then put the signature in there. And this, did I show you? I think I showed you the signature that's going in there, which ironically also has gesso and stamping and whatnot. Ooh, I probably should put some of those leaves on there, but that's all right. I just thought this particular one looked really nice next to that fabric, is why I picked that one. So this is one of the covers. So far I have two covers. I have the first napkin fabric napkin one that I did, and now I have this one, and tomorrow I should have the other fabric napkin one. Oh, and I did add some leaves in here for decoration. I think they're really cute. Oh, that's upside down. I'm thinking I might have to put a something on the front just so I know it's the front, although it's the one with the more of the white. So tomorrow's video should have the other cover I made like this, because I deleted the video for this, which is good. It meant Stephanie had a chance to catch up on videos because I missed a day, and anybody else. But you know, this one will go up today, which is Monday. I hope you are all having a delightful Monday. I know it's not necessarily how people see Mondays, but it's all right. So yeah, I'm can't wait for it to dry so that I can see it totally completed and all bound in and everything. So have a delightful good day, guys. Love you.